Hello there, this is Welsh ASMR 82. Hey, how you doing? So in today's Flags and Facts video, which is going to be an ASMR video in soft spoken and whispers, to help you fall asleep, we're going to look at some flags of the world, continuing this series of videos that I'm doing. And whilst we look at the flags and the capitals of each country, I'm going to read out 4 or 5 little factoids about the places we're looking at. Sound fun? I hope it's informative, relaxing, enjoyable. Okay, you ready? Let's do this. Let's start with Pakistan. This is the flag here of Pakistan. It doesn't show up great on camera, but this part is white over here on the left. And you've got the Islamic crescent, moon and star in white on a dark green background. And I keep forgetting, but the capital is Islamabad. Okay, some quick facts about Pakistan then. So, it's the oldest civilization in the world. It's got the highest ATM in the world, the highest electronic bank in the world. The first antivirus inventor, Brothers Inc., is from Pakistan. The youngest civil judge in the world comes from Pakistan. And lastly, actually there's 2 more. Home to the world's largest mountain ranges. And it's got the tallest paved road in the world as well. That is Pakistan. Okay, where next? Okay, where next? Let's look at Jamaica. I love the flag of Jamaica. Capital is Kingston. Kingston. Okay, some facts. Jamaica is the 3rd largest island in the Caribbean. I'm guessing that Cuba is the 1st, and the island of, I can't remember what it is, but the one that Dominican Republic and Haiti is on is probably the 2nd. Jamaica is home to 4 major mountain ranges. The island is part of the Greater Antilles archipelago with 5 other island states. This one's amazing. Jamaica actually sits on top of a large underwater mountain. It's incredible. And 1/3 of all Jamaicans live in the capital of Kingston. Okay, let's do somewhere down there. Let's do South Africa. It says here Cape Town is the capital, but I think there are 3 capitals on there. Another flag I love, the yellow there with the black, the white, the green, the red, and the blue. South Africa is the largest producer of macadamia nuts in the world. Macadamia nuts. The first heart transplant in the world took place in 1967 there. There are more than 2,000 shipwrecks in and around the South Africa coast. 2,000, wow. Last fact on South Africa. It is the second largest fruit producer in the world. I was aware that strawberries are grown in the winter months, our winter, their summer, and flown into Britain. So yeah, that doesn't shock me. Let's go from the bottom to the top. I wanted to do one on Australia. So, Australia, Canberra is the capital. Australia is a continent and a country. The capital of Australia is Canberra. Kangaroos only exist in Australia, nowhere else in the world, as well as many other species. The Great Barrier Reef in Australia is the biggest reef system in the world. Australia is split into 8 states. It's absolutely massive. It's not really given much of a status as being large, but it is huge. And Australia is home to some dangerous animals. That's an understatement, particularly insects. Okay, I want to look at Iraq next. I believe it's one of the only flags in the world to have actual writing on it. It says Allah Akbar, God is great. The capital city is Baghdad. I know that there's writing on the Brazilian flag and on the Saudi Arabian flag, but there are comparatively very few with writing on them. Okay, some facts about Iraq. Iraq is, this is ironic, Iraq is home to the world's oldest civilization, but we had that about Pakistan. Iraq means fertile. The 2 rivers run, the Euphrates is one of them, I think, run through Iraq, so yeah, it was a very fertile plain. Drought has uncovered a 3,400-year-old city in Iraq. The superstition about black cats could have originated in Iraq, and the world's oldest writing came into existence in Iraq. Is that something like, off the top of my head, Sumerian or maybe Assyrian? Shall we do one on England then? The vast majority of my subscribers do come from England, actually. Capital London. I was there last weekend. Love London. England includes over 100 small islands. The name England comes from the Angles tribe, as in the Angles, Saxons and Jutes, that invaded Britain. England is divided into 48 counties. Queen Elizabeth was the longest reigning monarch, or is the longest reigning monarch. Although she's passed away, she still holds the record for the longest amount of time in post. The BBC is the oldest broadcaster in the world. And the next one's quite funny. It says, English people are obsessed with tea. As if that's a fact. I think it's more of a stereotype. As a Welshman, I am pretty obsessed with tea, to be honest with you. But is that a cultural thing? Where next? Okay, let's go to Namibia next. Namibia, if you're not sure, is in Africa, and it's just here, just north of South Africa. Namibia has the world's tallest sand dune. The Fish River Canyon is second only to the Grand Canyon. More cheetahs live here than anywhere else in the world. And Namibia is home to the oldest desert in the world. The capital is Windhoek. As we did England, let's do Scotland next, our Celtic neighbours to the north. Capital Edinburgh. It's home to one of Europe's oldest trees. Golf was invented in Scotland. The national animal of Scotland is a unicorn. I've heard this before, so I'm pretty sure that is true. Over 90% of Scottish residents live in less than 5% of the country's area. And I said there were 100 islands in England. There are over 900 islands in Scotland, according to the Scottish Parliament. I think Wales has about 5. Not 500, just 5. Let's look next at Jordan. Capital Amman. If you don't know where Jordan is, it's just here, next to Saudi Arabia, Iraq, Syria, Israel, Lebanon, and Egypt. And of course, Palestine. There are over 100,000 archaeological sites in Jordan. Archaeological sites. I nearly said ecological sites. Only 15% of Petra has been explored. Petra is one of the sort of areas where there's a lot of excavation and old buildings from thousands and thousands of years ago. The lowest point on Earth is in Jordan. Netherlands. Many famous movies were filmed in Jordan. Yeah, I think most of like the mummy films and stuff were filmed there, weren't they? Or did they actually go to Egypt? Indiana Jones, I think, may have been done there as well. Amman is one of the oldest cities on the planet. And the Dead Sea, that's the one that's so salty you float to the top. When you bathe in it, the Dead Sea is a natural spa. But it is drying up. Okay, let's look at Ghana next. The black star in the middle, which I think is the nickname of the football team, the Black Stars. Capital Accra. Ghana was the first sub-Saharan African country to gain independence from colonial rule. The name Ghana means warrior king in the Soninke language. Ghana is known for its rich cultural traditions, including music, dance and art. Ghana is located on the west coast of Africa. Should we take a look? So when they say sub-Saharan Africa, this is the Sahara belt here. So anything below is sub-Saharan, and Ghana is, I believe it's over here somewhere. Sierra Leone, Gambia, Senegal, Ghana. So west coast near Nigeria, Cameroon, Ivory Coast, Côte d'Ivoire. Let's look next at the Netherlands. As you know from following this channel and maybe my Dutch channel, one of my favourite countries in the world. Amsterdam is capital, The Hague is sort of sub-capital. The Netherlands is one of the most densely populated countries in Europe. Dutch men are the tallest in the world. I think closely followed by Bosnian, maybe. The Netherlands was the first country to legalize same-sex marriage. Well done, Netherlands. And the national anthem is the oldest in the world. It is the lowest country in Europe. Parts of it are actually technically underwater in the sense that because they've dammed off part of the sea, it is lower than sea level. So global warming is a bit of a problem for Dutch people. Okay, onto a country now, which is just so passionate about where they come from, so proud of being from this place. It's Algeria, and the capital is Algiers. It's in northern Africa. The national animal is called the fennec fox, and it is so cute. It's native to the Sahara Desert and the Sinai Peninsula. They grow to about 1.5 to 2 kilos and are famous for their large ears. They are extremely cute, and they even give their nickname, or the nickname of the national football team is Le Fennec, in homage enjoytravel.com. So you can see how absolutely gorgeous they are. Oh my god, look how cute that is. Oh, how beautiful. Okay, facts about Algeria. Algeria is the largest African nation for land mass, not in population, which is Nigeria. And then I think it's Egypt and Ethiopia are next in terms of the top 3 population. Algeria boasts 7 UNESCO sites, which is pretty impressive. The Sahara Desert takes up quite a lot of space in Algeria. The national animal is the fennec fox, and it's home to the famous Jama el Jazair Mosque. Let's do France next, shall we? Bonjour. Salut. And obviously one of the most famous capitals in the world, Paris. Liberté, égalité, fraternité is the national motto. How would I translate it? Freedom, equality, fraternité, brotherhood. The Tour de France cycle race has been running for over 100 years. The camera phone was invented in France. Ooh la la! The Louvre in Paris is the most visited art museum in the world. I've been there. Is it where the Mona Lisa is? I think it is. And France has won the most Nobel Prizes for literature of any other country in the world. I haven't done any South American countries today, have I? I've done a couple of African ones. I think I need to do more Asian ones before we finish. Let's do Peru. Capital Lima. Peru. The Amazon River starts its journey in Peru. Because I often think, where it hits the ocean is the start, but actually that's the end, if you think about it logically. Peru is the origin of the Inca civilization. Some Peruvians live on floating islands. It boasts the tallest sand dunes in the world, but then Namibia has that claim as well, doesn't it? Guinea pig, listen to this. Guinea pig is a Peruvian culinary delicacy. Oh no, they're too cute to eat. I used to have one as a pet. Peru is home to most of the world's alpacas. Okay, let's do an Asian country next. Let's do Singapore. Okay, Singapore, with the Islamic symbols in the top left here. Capital Singapore. The population is 6 million people. For such a small place, that's incredible. The capital is Singapore because it's a city-state, so it's a city which is also a country. Its official name is the Republic of Singapore. It is a parliamentary republic. And its official languages are English, Mandarin, Chinese, Tamil, and Malay. Okay, next let's go to, and I love the flag of this country, Sri Lanka, capital Colombo. It's got the green and the orange and the gold borders, and then the symbol there with a sword. It's nicknamed the Pearl of the Indian Ocean and the Teardrop of India. I'll show you on a map where it is in a second, which illustrates that. It's packed with a large variety of animals. Tea is big business in Sri Lanka. And it's the home of cinnamon, the spice cinnamon. Let's take a look on a map. You can see why they call it the Teardrop of India, so that's India there. And it does look like it's just a teardrop shape. Here is very beautiful then. Okay, let's do one more. Okay, let's do Nicaragua next, and lastly. So Nicaragua. I love the symbol in the middle of the triangle. Capital Managua. Some fun facts about Nicaragua. It's a land of lakes and volcanoes. Sounds kind of scary. It has lots of colonial cities. And it's home to 4 World Heritage Sites. Must be a beautiful place. It is also home to 7% of the world's biodiversity. Wow, that's incredible in one relatively small country. Biosphere reserves. I don't actually know what that means. First geopark in Central America is located in Nicaragua. And it's the birthplace of the father of Hispanic modernism. Okay, I'm going to thank you for tuning in today, especially if you watched all the way to the end. Thank you so much. Do click like, subscribe if you're new to the channel. We do this regularly, so you won't miss out on future videos. And if you're not new to the channel and you love what I do, click below and consider joining me on Patreon. Every tier gets the same perks, so you can go on the lowest tier if you wish and get extra videos and early access to videos on this channel every month. Take care everyone, thank you so much, and see you soon. Bye 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 bye.